Hello everyone. So now we are on to imperfect cell. I know the box says cell first form, but I'm not calling that. I'm not calling him that. I'm calling him imperfect cell. But we have imperfect cell to view here. So for the most part, this looks like your average Dragon Ball box. I will say it is like definitely bigger. I should have grabbed one of my other figures, just kind of compare the box size. But So, I mean, it's pretty much your average Dragon Ball box, like I said. A lot of people will say it's stupid that this doesn't come with him, but I don't know, I don't really think so. Because, I mean, on fine print, it does show right here that it's supposed to be separately. But I'm not going to go too over in depth on the box here, because, like I said, it's literally just a standard, like, figuarts Dragon Ball box. It's like a little bit bigger. Nothing to be like, oh my god, it's so much bigger. But we got that. So you've got Cell and all of his tail accessories and his faces and one thing. And then you've got this too, which has his hands, and I believe this just makes him look angrier. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong, but I think this one just makes him look angrier. So we just pop this off of him, which this dude is actually quite big, especially for his feet. His feet are like massive from what I'm used to for figures. So we'll go ahead and pop all the parts out and stuff. All right. So now I have everything laid out here. So these are all the accessories you get with him. So to begin with, let's go over the tail. So the tail here has like more than 3 points of articulation here. You can like move it like this, right here, and or depending on what kind of tail like you want him to have, like the absorption tail or just the like I guess needle, then you have those options. But then you have it where you can go like that. Now, for the most part, it is pretty easy to put the tail in. So you take the figure here and pull the wings up on the back of him here. So like that. And I'm pretty sure most of you can see it right now, but if you see that hole there, like that, then you just go, you basically put it in there until you can fill it like firmly in there. There you go. Or you feel the click, or you hear the click. But with his tail on, you can get him to pose with the tail pretty simple. So, like that. I know, for the most part, some of you are probably going to say, well, you do realize there's stuff for his legs to make him taller. I will say this guy is pretty, like, his arms are pretty long, but, I mean, that doesn't bother me. So, I've noticed with mine, though, like, that is extremely tight. So, I would be careful with yours if you guys get one and it's like that, because I know mine has a pretty tight bicep joint there. That and his neck is pretty tight as well. But for the most part, everything else moves pretty smoothly. But let me put first form there. Well, man, I should say imperfect, but then you've got this piece. So let's see what the difference is. So this one, kind of have him looking like that. Let's take one where his eyes aren't so open. That one I think is more open, wouldn't you say? No, I see the difference. Alright, so for most of you that are probably wondering, you're probably like, well, Master Gods, what are you talking about? So if you look at the upper slits right here, they're more open versus these ones right here. See? So basically it's just an eyebrow change. But for faces, some of you are probably thinking, well, why does he come with two faces of the same? They're not the same. This one, you have one where he's directly looking at you and he's got his mouth open. Then you have this one where he's looking off to the side and he has his mouth open. Then you have the screaming face, which is like natural to come with a Dragon Ball figure. Then you have kind of like the, I guess, resting hands, as you would call them. But you got the resting hands. Then you've got the, I don't know what you'd call these, like resting gripping hands or just gripping hands. But he comes with those. Open palm hands. And he comes with the Kamehameha hands, as Imperfect Cell can do that. But, oh. I just noticed something on mine. So, for the most part, as you can see, all of these hands have the black, like the black markings on them. Let me see if I can get that to focus. But see, it has the black markings on this. Then if I look at this hand here, nothing. So then, that's something you might want to look out for yours, is I don't have markings on mine, which it's not much of a big difference. I could always paint those if that's really much of a bothersome to me, but that's just something worth noting. But articulation wise, he has a bend like that goes that far for him to look down. Looking up, kind of really can't look up as you've got the tail on him, and even just without or with it, yet alone, you just can't really get him to bend all that way far up. Leg-wise, he can kick up about that far, which I get why he kicks kind of to the side. But, I mean, you can still get him to do a frontal kick pretty easily. Then he's got average bending knees. He move his waist around too. But, then his feet, they have a little bit of a pivot to them too. Then, if we go ahead and take a look at, damn, everything on him is pretty tight. I'm not gonna lie. But, then his arms kind of come up here. When I had my arms, well, I should say when I had first pulled him out of the package, the arms on him, like for the elbow, or not elbow, but the shoulder articulation here, was super tight. But now, I can move them without them being super tight. The neck, pretty tight right now. But, for the most part, he has some pretty interesting articulation. Like, that's about what you can do for his arm. He has a bicep swivel. Like a very, very limited bicep swivel to a point. But I think he's pretty cool. Cell's one of my favorite characters. This is one of the favorite versions of Cell of mine. I like Perfect and this version. I don't like the second form, but we're not here to discuss about Cell. Well, we are, but we aren't. But to pop the faces on and off, you just literally like that. And it looks like bro's got like a, I guess, basketball for a head. Then let's go ahead and put on the smirking face. Then now you've got Cell smirking. Then if you want to just take the other hang on one sec. If you want to take the other headpiece, it's literally the same way. Just pop that on, and there you go. But there's the subtle difference for those. But for the most part, I like this figure a lot. Like, he's really cool. Like, the color scheme and all that, it's really cool. The articulation's pretty cool, but like I said, some points here are pretty tight. But like the shoulder joints here are a lot different. I was expecting them not to be like built into the shoulder, but if you look, they're kind of built into the shoulder here. Versus like them like plugging them onto the shoulders, which that I thought was a pretty cool design. Like just or it's like built into the shoulder, which I thought was cool. But for the most part, Cell's one of your favorite like villains. You're definitely gonna like this version too, and especially if you like Imperfect Cell, you're gonna like this one too. But like I said, there's the minor issues of him having maybe some tight joint here. Usually, I never like hearing that, but there's like a bit spots where he has tight joints. Like on mine, the neck is tight, and right here is tight, which I'm pretty sure is easy to fix. But if you look past that, bro's pretty cool. But see you guys in the next videos.